just... Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Josh.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course.
Welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you asking me.
So, in the run-up to this, I asked you to do a little homework. The first part of that was to come up with like 3 facts about yourself that are important to know if a person wants to kind of understand who you are.
Yes.
So what is the first thing that you've came of those 3? What's number 1?
So number 1, I feel that is my heart and my life are my 3 children. I have 3 kids, Malaya, Kirian, and Samara.
Nice. And that 2 girls and a boy.
2 girls and 1 boy, yes. Malaya is my oldest girl. She is 24. Kirian, my son, is 20. And then Samira, my youngest daughter, is 16.
Nice.
Yes.
What is the second fact about Jamie that we all need to know?
The second fact about Jamie is that she grew up a military brat.
Military brat,
Yes,
right?
Yeah. So I grew up all over the world. I don't really have like a home base. I mean, I technically call Texas my home base because I've been here the longest. I mean, I've been here 17 years now.
Did you come here? Was your move here related to the military?
It
originally?
was not. So my move here was moving from Michigan to here to kind of start a new life.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I love Austin, and I'm sticking around even though Austin is getting a little bit too full and too pricey for me right now, but I love it. I love Austin.
Yeah. You said your mom was in the Navy and your dad was in the Marines.
Yes. Yeah.
Your mom retired out of the Navy, right?
She did.
Did your dad retire out of the Marines?
No. So he got out after 10, I believe it was 10 years. So they met in boot camp, actually, in New Orleans.
Huh.
And then they started dating. They got married soon after. And because my mother was in the Navy and my father was in the Marines, they kind of got stationed the first couple of years that they were married. They got stationed not with each other. And so they finally figured out, hey, if we want to stick together, then one of us is going to have to leave their branch. So
Gotcha.
it was ultimately my dad that left the Marines.
So you were a military brat more because of your mom.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And I loved it. I know that it was a lot of moving around. I mean, since birth up until I graduated, we were moving every 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that, that's got to be hard in some regards, right?
It was. No, I wanted to try and kind of sound humble and say that it was hard, but it really wasn't. I loved moving around. I loved packing up and moving to a new place and a new house with new friends, a new environment. My older sister, she had a little bit of trouble making friends and really like meeting friends and really getting to know them, and then having to up and move after you build that bond. And so I get that. I got that part. But for me, I really just loved pen paling. And way back in the day when we used to do letter writing to all of our friends. I loved letter writing. I wish we would pick that back up again. Yeah, I know. I loved it.
Okay, what's number 3 on your list of biographical facts?
So number 3, I would say is my nickname is Jim. And I rarely go by Jamie except at work. At work, everyone, and even some coworkers know me as Jim and will call me Jim.
And we should say, maybe for context, that's how we met, was through our job, which is why I
call me Jamie.
Called you Jamie.
Yeah. And I do, obviously I go by Jamie. I'll answer to Jamie. But I am most familiar with Jim. And that's Jim, like the boy's name.
Not
Jim.
like Jim, the cartoon.
Like Gem.
Yeah,
Yes,
Gem.
Gem. Yeah. Totally outrageous.
Total-
No.
Yes, totally outrageous.
Yeah. No, not like
Oh
Jim.
my gosh.
Although I do wish that could have been incorporated as my nickname, because I do
It's
like
not too
Jim
late.
better. It's not too late. You're right.
If
could do it.
if I ever call you Jim, in my mind, I'm going to be thinking that's spelled Gem.
Yes. Yeah.
I had to think about how it was
Yeah.
spelled for a second.
It's actually Jem.
J.
Gem.
Oh, it's on the show.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
Jim
yeah.
like a stone.
Yeah,
it's
no,
Jem.
Gem. Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
that's embarrassing.
I know. No, it's not. I grew up with Jem, and I love Jem, and I had all the Barbie dolls of Jem, and I had all the Misfits. So I'm on top of my Jem.
Good, good. Jamie, we have come to the part in the show where you choose your question. Are you prepared to do
I
that?
am prepared. I am excited.
Okay. Do you like my
I love questions. Yes,
box
your
here?
Mario
My Mario box?
Brothers mystery.
Okay,
box.
I'm going to be a bit of a stickler on the rules here.
Okay.
I want you to draw one, but then hand it to me before reading it. I want to
Okay.
read it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
There you go. 53 options. Mix them up.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I want to pick a good one.
I had-
I'm feeling like this is it.
Okay, that's the one.
This is the one. That's it.
I had a lot of fun with my paper cutter in this thing.
I'm
with the little,
sure. Did you
component.
think of them all yourself? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over a
Must have
period
taken
of
forever.
time.
Yeah.
All right, Jamie, here's your question.
All right.
What is one way you approach life that is better than your parents' approach?
Oh man. Well, I guess a very obvious one, I guess, for me would be I try to approach everything with positivity.
Mm-hmm.
I think with my parents, it was a lot of negativity and worst case scenario
Yeah.
thinking. They were very critical of everything. They were always very skeptical of everything. If something was really good, it was too good to be true. I think for me, I always want to go into a situation thinking the best. Even no matter if it's with people, if it's with coworkers, if it's with situations or experiences, I try to think what good can come out of this,
Yeah.
and not necessarily see just the bad. Like, okay, what is the universe trying to tell me?
Yeah.
And how can I better myself in this situation?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas to me, I feel like that makes life a little bit more pleasant.
Yeah.
If you're constantly going into everything thinking, this isn't going to work, this is a bad idea, this isn't right, that, having the negative connotations to it, I feel like it dampens the mood. Like it dampens your ability to embrace it fully,
Yeah.
embrace it better. Whereas if you go into a situation with positivity and this is going to be good, and even if it's not good, what good can I bring out of it?
It could still have value.
It could still have value. And
Yeah.
maybe the negative value is the value that you're supposed to actually be seeing.
Yeah.
So I try to go at it that way. And of course, it doesn't always, sometimes
Sure.
situations are just bad and you're like, oh, this sucks. But for the most part, I think I do it pretty well.
Yeah.
I know my parents didn't, and so I have always used that, as the median on on what I wanted to do better. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job at
Yeah.
it.
I think of you as a very positive person for sure, but not positive in a way that is unrealistic, I
Yeah.
guess, or like your head's in the clouds all the time.
Yeah.
Like to me, that kind of positivity, it's kind of just as pointless as being negative all the time. Like it's not realistic of what life is about.
Yeah. And I have actually had people tell me it like I am being naive to something like that's just naive. And I get it. Like I do see where it can be a bit irritating when you're constantly trying to think of the good when you say, oh, if someone were to come up to you and say, oh, I don't really like this person because they do this, this, and that, and if I'm saying, well, they're good, I mean, maybe they're just trying to, be a certain way or be this way for them to, I've had someone say, not everyone is good. Not every, like, it doesn't, I don't need you to constantly tell me, okay, like, present the good side. Like, just listen to the bad, too.
Yeah.
So I do understand that part of it where it can be annoying. I mean, it can be irritating to some people to some degree. I definitely see that too. That's not lost on me. I'm aware of it, but I would rather be that way than negative.
Speaking of awareness, how aware do you think your parents were or are of their more negative outlook? Do you think that there's a self-awareness there in the same way that you're self-aware of kind of your more positive outlook?
So most people would say, as my parents do, it's not being negative. It's being realistic.
Yeah.
So, and they've always said that to me. So I feel like they have been self-aware of it. They are self-aware of their, to me, pessimistic outlook on life, their skepticism, but they view it as, well, I'm just being realistic.
Yeah.
And I don't fault them. I get that too. So it's each a different perspective.
Yeah.
Like I see your perspective, but I like mine better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in the situation where because there's maybe so much negativity kind of swirling around you that you've felt like it was your responsibility to really kind of almost overcompensate on being positive to balance it out a little bit?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like I am that person in almost every situation. I mean, I have positive friends for sure, but I do feel like I am the one that is, specifically for our family, I am definitely the one that is the positive one. That is the one that will step in and be like, okay, let's take it down a bit. Let's tone it down. Let's, think of the positives in this. Where my parents and my sister sometimes can't really do that. And I think a lot of my friends too, like I'm the one that is, I guess, the most positive one in the group, or at least the most energetic to want to voice the positivity.
Yeah.
I won't just stand there and be quiet. Like I'm going to assert myself if need be. I mean, maybe I should like take a step back and, just, but if I see something, I'm going to say something or do something.
Yeah.
So, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seem like that's not really a hang up of yours.
No, I've embraced it.
Where do you see on like the positivity, negativity kind of spectrum, where do your kids fall?
Oh, so they're all a mod podge of different, very different personalities. It's quite insane how each kid can have such a different personality.
Yeah.
So my oldest is definitely more, I wouldn't say negative or pessimistic, but she's definitely more she will think the worst thing will happen, but she'll also be positive about it. She gets very anxious a lot, so that anxiousness will kind of influence the way that she thinks about certain things. And so that can also come out as maybe negative in a way, because she's always so like worried about stuff. And it's like, let's just, I mean, what good is there out of this situation? My son, he's definitely a positive person. He will, but he's also very realistic. Like, he's very almost cutthroat, where it gets on my nerves sometimes, And then my youngest daughter, she's maybe like a mix of both. More cynical, but in a upbeat way. If I can, say, she's very cynical about the world, very cynical about the school system, very cynical about, politics. I mean, I wasn't even discussing politics when I was 16, but,
exactly.
Kids these days do. But she's very cynical, but also with an upbeatness to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, and that, our kids are in the same grade at the same high school.
Yeah.
And that is, I mean, it's hard to even gauge where they're going to eventually land on that positive, negative spectrum when they're that age, because, I mean, they're just teenagers.
I know. And they think they know everything.
Yeah.
And they think they're all right.
Exactly. Did you, when you were her age, were you kind of the same as you are now? I mean, obviously it's different, but can you trace your positivity back even to being a teenager? And
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've always been this way, even as even in my youth. I definitely was. I've never been a negative person. I've never been a cynical person. I've never been. I feel like actually as I've gotten older, I've gotten more cynical, but on very certain topics, like very certain.
Hey, kitty.
Like, not everything. Like, back when I was in high school, everything was great and fun, and I was happy. But now that my eyes are open to the world and to everything that it involves, I'm more cynical now than I was back then, if you can imagine that.
Yeah. I think it's impressive to have been a military brat and to have, like, that was clearly cool with you.
Yes.
The moving around, and
it.
I feel like a person that has only a person with like a really positive outlook, kind of deep down positivity, would think fondly of growing up as like a military brat. I feel like there's a lot of room for resenting that, or feeling like maybe you missed out on certain friendships or whatever. But even that, you feel positive about.
Yeah, for sure. And I think when I think about what I missed out on, if I actually sit down and think about it, it's the not growing up with lifelong friends. When we moved to Virginia, where my mom finally retired, and we went to a high school, there were a lot of kids in there that grew up, have known each other since kindergarten.
Yeah.
And they have these cliques and these social circles and these friendships that they've had for years. And I think that's the only thing that I really feel like I missed out on, was knowing someone for that long.
Yeah.
Because all the people that I've known, I've only known for 4 years, here and there.
Yeah.
And even though I have made a lot of friends throughout the years. I haven't. I have very. I maybe have three that have been with me for many, many, many years. Whereas other people have like a whole group of friends
Yeah.
that they've known forever. So I think that's where I felt the drawbacks of being a military brat. But other than that, I think I was handed an extraordinary opportunity, and I took it at full force. And I'm very blessed and thankful that I did have the ability to go and see different places and cities and sites, and where a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah. And to have that instinct at an age when, at a young age, that seems pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
When there's so many pitfalls there that could lead a kid to go maybe in the opposite direction and not enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was very enjoyable. And whereas I said that my sister had a more difficult time with it, she did enjoy it. And we discuss it now. And she has said that she enjoyed going to the different places and getting to see all those different things. But she did not. She is an introvert. She doesn't make friends very easily. She's shy. So it was very hard for her to step out of that box and make friends, only to like lose them in 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So
you were like the cool new person, the cool new kid at school. That's such a cool. I was at the same all the way through. In fact, my sister and I today were talking about, we were kind of wondering, because we went to a very small, my graduating class was 89 people, I think. There was like 400 people in the whole high school. And we were wondering, like, what percentage of our graduating classes had gone all 12, like from kindergarten to 12th grade.
Yeah.
And we couldn't really figure out. I would estimate it's probably 40%, 45% maybe of the people I graduated with, I was in kindergarten with.
Wow.
And so I never got the experience of being like the cool new kid that everyone, you're so mysterious and
I know, yeah.
you have no
yeah.
past and you
Yeah.
can totally just reinvent yourself.
Yes. Yeah, and that's a good way to look at it too.
And like the slate gets clean and you
Yeah.
kind of get to start over. And
yeah.
I feel like I would definitely lean more toward resenting having to do that as
Yeah.
opposed to seeing it as a positive thing. But you
Yeah.
got to be like the cool new person.
And it really does depend on your personality.
Yeah.
Like I think if you are open to it and you like you just go in there and you take advantage of it and you meet new people. But if you're shy and if you're not really, you don't do so well with meeting new people or walking up to someone and saying hi, I can totally see how it would be a turnoff. I mean, for some people that is a very hard thing to do. So for me, fortunately, it wasn't. And I also think I give off this very like, hi, like, come be my friend. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
I'm very personable. Whereas I think other people don't give off that. And so people don't typically tend to go up and talk to you, which I think is what my sister had more so of. But I can see where it would be difficult for people and they would be resentful of it. However, with each move that you make, it might become easier for you.
Yeah, that's true. I couldn't make friends with the people I had been in school with my whole life. That was the conundrum I had. Like, I know every one of these people, and yet I'm still not their friend. How does that work?
Did you ever have new people come into the school?
Yeah, occasionally we'd have people move in, and one of the guys probably the guy I would consider my best friend, I guess, through like school. I mean, he came in third grade, so he was there most of the time. But it was, I don't know, there were little cliques, I guess.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, I mean, every one of us was solidly middle class.
Yeah.
Like our parents all probably made almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
There'd be little variations here and there, obviously, but we were kind of all just in the same boat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time, so maybe I'm remembering that differently than it actually was. But
Remembering it better than it actually
yeah, remembering
was.
it better, yeah. Okay, Jamie, the other part of your homework that I gave you was to bring in something that you could kind of leave us with. It could be any kind of recommendation or words of wisdom or your choice. So what do you have for us?
So I actually have a couple of quotes.
Excellent.
I love quotes. I have a book that I write them down in, even stuff that people say to me that is like,
Oh, that's cool.
That's interesting. I like that. I'll write that down. I love when I'm feeling like down or not inspired or whatever the feeling is, I'll look through it and it reminds me of how to keep the perspective positive, I guess is our word of the day, positive.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of quotes, just two really, that I would like to share that I feel have really profoundly touched me, that I keep with me quite often.
Okay.
And think about them. So they are both from Friedrich Nietzsche.
Okay.
And that might be cliche. I know he's
Heavy
he does
hitter.
A lot. I know. And these two are. So I have others. I mean, I have a ton, but these are the two that really that really get to me.
It'd be funny if like one was from him and another one was like from Renee Zellweger or something.
I know. And I did actually have one from Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City because she did a really good quote too, but I didn't bring that one.
Well, I mean, it's Sarah Jessica
But yes,
Parker.
I know. I mean,
she's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And
Okay.
everything she says is great.
Yes.
Okay, so the first quote that I have is, "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how." And that's really profound to me because it is, if you have something to live for, some kind of purpose, no matter what happens to you, you can get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a quote that is used also in one of my favorite books.
Really?
It's a book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl.
Yes. Oh, I didn't write. I have that book.
And
Yeah.
he quotes that exact quote in his book as kind of like the guiding principle of
Yes.
his
Yeah.
theory of psychology or psychiatry. And that has been a very meaningful quote for me as well.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got?
And then my second one is, to become wise, we must be willing to undergo certain experiences and accordingly leap into their jaws.
Wow. That's good.
That is good,
Yeah.
right? So it's like in order to see what we're fully made of, like we have to experience it. We have to walk through it and like really walk through it.
Yeah.
I mean, this one really gets me because it's like with every experience, we just have to go full force and see what we're made of.
Can you read that again, please?
To become wise, we must be willing to undergo certain experiences and accordingly leap into their jaws.
Yeah. I like that there is an acknowledgement that this isn't going to be easy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just the use of the word jaws implies something kind of predatory with
like ravenous
teeth. Yeah, exactly. Something that could,
like this is gonna hurt.
something that could grind you down But on the other side of that, if you allow yourself to be strong enough to get through it, that's kind of a
You'll gain the wisdom.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Comes with it. Yeah.
And you couldn't gain that wisdom without going through those jaws.
Yeah.
There's not a shortcut.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's not a shortcut to certain kinds of wisdom.
Yeah. There's not. You have to go through it.
Yeah. Wow. That's good,
Yeah.
Jamie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
I really appreciate it. You are more than welcome. I'll see you at work.
Okay. I'll see you at work on Monday.